Hey everyone, in this video we're going to take a look at the grammar exercises from chapter 11 of the Road to Latin textbook. So like I always tell you in these, if you haven't done it already, feel free to take a look at my website just to get some more information on the chapter. You can see all the grammar exercises there. You can see grammar notes, a couple different things. But when it comes to grammar, the other thing that I use is Magistrula, which is not my website. I'm just a big fan of it. So if you're looking for more practice, Magistrula will let you practice a lot of these concepts over and over and over again, give you some feedback on whether you're right or wrong, and just spit out a bunch of random either sentences or verb conjugations for this chapter. It's just a great tool to really practice your grammar too. So if you want to see that, feel free to check out Nova Latin, and you'll find everything there, right? All my notes and all that stuff. Now, if you haven't already, you need to go back and read through all the grammar for this chapter. It was on verb conjugation, so it's a little bit tricky if you're not quite used to it. But make sure you've read through all that, you've practiced it. You've read through the stories, because again, the stories are a great way to actually see the grammar in context and practice it through reading Latin, which is the best way to do it. So if you haven't done that already, make sure that you kind of start there. And then when you get to these grammar exercises, to me, I always feel like these should be one of the last things you do, just to make sure they're really stuck in. Or you can come to it if the grammar just isn't quite stuck in your mind, right? It's still something you're a little unsure of. You can use these to double check your work and just make sure that you're on the right track. But you don't want to kind of leave this chapter until you're able to do everything, whether it's grammar exercises, reading the chapter, all that stuff, until you're able to do it pretty confidently without needing too much help. Then you can move on. But otherwise, keep practicing until you get it. Okay. So if you haven't done that, pause the video, go do it. Otherwise, let's work through these together. Okay. Now these are a little different because in chapter 11, there's no sentence translations from English to Latin. It's really more focused on your verb conjugation skills. So what you learn in this chapter is that there's two conjugations or groups of verbs that we're working with. There's the ones that end in are in the infinitive. We call them first conjugation, like ambulare here, and the ones that have a long ere in the infinitive, which are called second conjugation. Okay, so these are things that come out of the grammar notes. So the general idea for these two types of verbs is you go to the infinitive, which is the second part of your verb. So in other words, if you're looking at ambulo, ambulare, you start with ambulare, the infinitive, right? When you're doing present tense, you go to the infinitive, you drop the re, and you add your endings of ost, mustus, unt. Okay. Now, the first person singular, the O ending, is always given to you when you're dealing with present tense. So when you look up a verb, that first part, in this case, ambulo, that is the first person singular. So that means I walk. So when you're doing present tense, you actually don't have to think about it. Just take it right out of the vocab list. And the reason we do this is because sometimes it's spelled a little bit differently from what you'd expect. So for instance, here, if the rule we're using is go to the infinitive, drop the re, and add your endings, you might think it would be ambulao. Not the case, right? So that's why we just give you ambulo. You can see it. It's easy. It's also the most common form of the verb, I'd say, when you're trying to kind of write in Latin, right? I do this, I do that. So that's why it's given to you. So long story short, when you get a verb like this, ambulo, ambulare, which means to walk, your first answer is ambulo. It's given to you. That means I walk. For the rest of them, like I said, drop the re and add your endings. So every single one of my next five verbs will spelling of the verb will start with ambula. That's ambulare without the re. Now I add on st, mustus, unt, and I get ambulas, which means you walk, ambulat, which means he, she, it walks, ambulamus, which means we walk, ambulatus, which means you all walk, and ambulant, which means they walk. Okay, so that's how you do it. It's a very repetitive process. I still would say that the best way to really learn this is to do stuff like this until you feel confident, but then look at sentences, right? Translations or reading the story. That's really how it sinks in. But these are good just to get the kind of nuts and bolts down. So I'll give you another example of a first conjugation verb, amo, amare, right? So amare means to love. So here, your first answer is amo. That means I love. Okay, I just pulled it from the first part of the verb, amo. For the rest of them, I go to the infinitive, amare, I drop the re. So all my answers are going to start with ama. So I have ama, 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 and I just add my ending. So st, mustus, unt. So you go amo, I love, amas, you love, amat, he, she, it loves, amamus means we love, amatus means you all love, and amant means they love. Okay, it's a very similar process to what we just saw with ambulare, right? And you can repeat this with any verb you find that at the infinitive ends in an are, any of those first conjugation verbs, it's the same thing over and over again. Okay, so I'm not going to keep doing all of them because you can practice these on your own, but I'll give you an example of a second conjugation verb, which is number 9 here, habeo habere. Okay, so habere means to have. Okay, so the first answer is the first part of the verb, habeo, which means I have. Okay. And one of the things you notice is that long ERE in habere makes this a second conjugation verb, and second conjugation verbs have EO in the first part, right? So instead of habo, it's habeo, right? That's one of the ways you can kind of tell. So habeo means I have. For the rest of them, I take habere, I drop the RE, and I add my ending. So you have habes, you have, habet, he, she, it has, habemus, we have, habetus, you all have, and habent, they have. And again, you can repeat this process over and over and over for all the verbs in grammar exercise 1, right? There's a lot of them there. It's the same thing every single time, okay? So I won't do all of them here, right? That would just take a forever. But if you can do these 3 and follow that pattern, you'll be fine on all of them, right? And if you want to do a double check, I would say that if you want more practice beyond this, this is where Magistrula really shines. So if you were to go to my website and go to the very bottom of chapter 11, after these grammar exercises, you'll see the Magistrula sentences, right? Or Magistrula practice, rather. So there's a bunch I put up here. One of them says chapter 11, present tense verb conjugation practice. If you were to click on that and hit begin, Magistrula will spit out a bunch of verbs, right? Just over and over again, as many random verbs as you can possibly imagine. It's set to only do first and second conjugation, so you can practice this over and over and over again, writing them out, writing the English translation, and Magistrula will tell you if you're right or wrong. Okay. The other thing you can do is sentence translation, right? These are Latin to English translations. So if you click on that first one, right, sentence translation practice, it just starts spitting out sentences at you, right, that you can translate, and it'll give you an answer when you're done, so you can check if you're right or wrong. This is a really good way to practice it. I would start with the verb conjugation, like I said, just to get the nuts and bolts, and then do sentence translation practice so you can see it in action and kind of learn this through translating actual Latin. Okay, so if you haven't done this, like I said, go do it. And if you're able to do all these exercises and you're getting them all right, you can feel pretty confident that you're ready to move on. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comments below.